multiple choice questions, 7 to finish off KP, multiple choice questions, and then I don't know when I'll get this all done by, year 13 and year 12 multiple choice question. Maybe by, it depends obviously how much effort I put towards it. Could possibly be done by Sunday, but probably by like maybe end of this month or even sooner than that. Question 20, hydrogen can be produced by this reaction. What is value of Kc? Okay. This one is a bit annoying, but it makes sense. It's not just going to be a simple substitution, because then every student would get the mark. It's use the ICE method to find out. And then all I need to do is substitute that into Kc. Products P. Products of power of P, but all 1 mole, so we don't need to worry about the powers. I get 2.46. Next one. It is not the same thing, this one, because it doesn't want us to find out Kc. Instead, just wants us to find out total amount of equilibrium moles, which should be fine as long as there's no algebra in it, which doesn't look like there is. 2 moles of carbon dioxide mixture, 3 moles of hydrogen, that's which equilibrium mixture containing this much of methanol, 0.6 plus 0.6 minus 0.6, 1.4, 2 ratio, 2 to 1 mole ratio, so it's going to be minus 1.2, so it's going to be 1.8, and therefore we just add that up, and that's going to be 3.8. Next one. Use information about the following solution to this question. Solution F, mixture of 1 mole of propanoic acid, 1 mole of methanol, 2 moles of water. Solution G, this was originally the same mixture as solution F, but was being left to reach equilibrium. Solution G was found to contain that much of propanoic acid, which the following is the value of the equilibrium constant Kc for the following equilibrium. So what we need to do is we need to do I C E, and obviously I don't really want to write them all down, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to rewrite them as A, B, C, and D. It's a cheeky way, but I feel like that's the only way, that's the reason these examiners, people who make paper, write these long names, methyl propanoate, compared to ABCD, just to put students off from the question. That's my belief, but maybe not. Mixture of 1 mole of propanoic acid, so A, 1 mole of methanol, and 2 moles of water. That's how it's going to be 0. Solution G was found to contain 0.5 moles of propanoic acid. So that's minus 0.5. That's minus 0.5. Therefore, that's going to be plus 0.5. And D, well, that is going to be water, so initially 2 moles of water, so it's going to be plus 0.5. 2.5. And therefore, we want to find out Kc, products power of P, C and D, 0.5 times by 2.5 divided by 0.5 times by 0.5. And I get 5. Hopefully that's correct, because that's a lot of working out. Inshallah, that's correct. Question 29. Okay, that should be pretty simple. Same thing again, really. A, B, C, and D, I, C, E, A, B, C, D. Initially 3 moles of ethanoic acid mixed with 1 moles of ethanol. And when a reaction reaches equilibrium, 0.9 moles of water being formed. 0 plus 0.9. 0 plus 0.9. Because it doesn't give us the initial moles of this, we're going to assume it was 0. Therefore, minus 0.9, 0.1, minus 0.9, 2.1. Okay, C equilibrium constant is going to be C times by D, 0.9 times by 0.9 divided by 2.1 times by 0.1. 3.857, 3.9. Question 30. Acetamethal ethanol is hydrolyzed. Same thing, really, again. I, C, E, A, B, C, D, A, B, C, D, because I don't really want to write all those names down. CH3CO, CH3, it's going to take quite a while. So initially 3 moles sample methyl ethanoate 3 mixed with 3 moles of water left in equilibrium. Equilibrium yield ethanoic acid. This was 2 moles. So 0 to, so adding 2, and we're going to assume initial moles of D was 0 as well because it doesn't tell us, therefore we're going to add 2 as well. And if we're adding 2 on this side, we're going to minus 2 on this side. So it's going to be 1 and 1. Products to the power of P times by reactants to the power of R. So 2 times 2 divided by 1 times 1. 4. Question 31. 1 mole of ammonia heated, given temperature, 50% of it dissociates. Volume equilibrium established. We've got 0.25 here, 1 to a half molar ratio, half it, and 3/2 here, so now that's 0.75. Now for the total number of equilibrium moles, that's 0.75 plus 0.75, which is 1.5. And then question 32. This one is tricky. I want to tell the truth, this one is tricky. But it says use information here to below to answer this question. It gives me that of magnesium hydroxide. What I can do first is I can find out, because I had a look at this question previously. I don't fully answer it or look at the mark scheme, but I feel like what I can do is find out the moles of magnesium hydroxide, calculate concentration because I've got the volume. Once I've got the concentration of magnesium hydroxide, then all I have to do is it tells me the concentration of hydroxide ions. I want to find out K, so I need to find out Mg2 plus ions. Obviously, magnesium hydroxide splits into Mg2 plus OH minus 2OH minus. But how do I find out the moles of the concentration of Mg2 plus? Well, I can find out the concentration Mg OH squared, and then I can do. Okay, this one is definitely difficult. But I've got an idea of what to do. So mass 1166 divided by the MR, and then find a concentration is moles, so that divided by the volume in dm cubed, we're in moles per dm cubed, so 10 times by 10 to the power minus 3. And obviously I need to find out the MR, but I also need to find out the I need to find out the MR concentration. So the MR of it is going to be magnesium, which is the only one I don't know, which is 24.3. So the MR is going to be 24.3 plus 16 plus 16 plus 2. And then do my answer divided by 10 times by 10 to the power minus 3. I get 1 over 5 as a concentration. And that is for the concentration of magnesium hydroxide. In a saturated solution of magnesium hydroxide at a different temperature, the concentration of magnesium hydroxide ion is not 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 3. So we've gone from I've gone from 1 over 5 to 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 3. And then I've got well, 0.199 as a concentration, and I've to find out K, but I don't understand where we get, because it gives me the concentration of hydroxide ions, but I need to find out Mg2 plus concentration of Mg2 plus ions, and if I do that, I get the concentration of that. Oh, okay. So what I do is magnesium hydroxide. I've got the concentration of this. I minus it from the concentration of hydroxide ions, and that will give me the concentration of Mg2 plus ions. Okay, so now I've got that. My answer times by the concentration of 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 3, and that's obviously squared. I get 1.99 times by 10 to the power minus 7. That's wrong. None of them are like that. Maybe I did something wrong. 1 over 5 minus 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 3. 0.199, that's a concentration of Mg2 plus ion, surely. 199. 0.199 times by 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 3 squared. Yeah, I don't get that. Well, or actually, because that's mole per dm minus cube, that's mole per dm minus cube squared, that's going to be mole per dm minus cubed, which is mole to the power 3 dm to the power minus 9. So that's the correct unit. So therefore, I can already eliminate A and B. Obviously, in the exam, you should probably try to find out the correct answer, but this is just, it's a 1 marker, so I can already eliminate A and B. That's really nice. So I'm left with C and D. And which of the following is correct value units for K? Well, correct units for K, 5.0 times by 10 to the power minus 10. But I've got the correct units of K, and I can find out the concentration Mg2 plus by doing 5.0 times by 10 to the power minus 10 divided by 1.0 10 by 10 to the power minus 3. Or maybe because what I should have done is 0.199 times by 1.0 times by 10 to the power minus 3. But that still won't give me the correct answer. Oh, it's either C or D. C or D. Which one is it? I'm gonna go for D. See if it's correct or not. Oh yeah, I don't have the mark scheme for this one, but yeah, I think the first couple ones maybe not 28. I don't know, are correct, and then this one it's just a guessing game between C and D. But you can eliminate A and B purely because they've got incorrect units, and they said we should follow as a correct value and correct units for K and these conditions. And that's the end of the multiple choice questions.